Muffin, you sound a bit better today.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's good.
Why didn't you join comms with us last night?
Because I was in comms with people in Final Fantasy.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah,
Hmm.
dude, I honestly thought you was gonna bleed out on the floor. I was like, is no one gonna get fucking balls?
On that first game we had
Uh,
against, was it the Wesker with Knockout?
Whoever had knockout there, it was on the.
Oh no, it was Singularity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I was
was.
gonna say because I did bleed out against that Wesker who fucking kept slugging us over and over again
Oh
on
my
that
gosh, that
free
was so
gym.
fucking annoying, dude.
That might have been the least fun I've ever had in that game. Like
Oh
I had to
yeah.
build specifically to like pick people up from being slugged and heal them, and even then I just couldn't keep up with it because he's just a very good killer, and wasn't the worst 3 gen ever, but like it was at 3 gen,
Right.
and I could have left there at the end, but I didn't want to while Sony was slugged on the ground and Trip was on a hook. So what does he do instead? Slugs everybody again. I was like, oh my god.
And then he finally decides to hook with me.
Yeah, I mean, good thing he did, or he probably would have had a 4-man out.
Right.
Because if you had been alive in that end game, we could have healed each other and then gone to pick them up or get them off the hook.
Yeah.
That would have been much easier, but I was wounded trying to get both of them. Dennis Sapp, good morning.
Whoa.
She's mad at
He's a
me because I
liar.
blew up her phone.
Mm, I was in the bathroom before getting on, and Muffin was like, sap, sap, sap. And
I'm awake.
yeah.
Well, let me get things set up because I also didn't wake up until recently. Let's see.
You still got us on that death roll map or whatever?
Yeah, give me 1 second because
One.
Roll20 picking me too.
I got up at 9 o'clock and I made pumpkin pie.
Ooh.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah.
Productive.
I think it was up at like
Hold on.
8:30. Laid in bed, gave the doggo pets and huggies. Did my stuff, and then ate leftovers and watched anime.
Did you go to sleep after streaming
I think I stayed up for like a little longer.
though? Okay.
I did like
I
2 or
was up
3 more
till like,
killer games, and then I called it there.
yeah.
This is not the god I know.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I added
Who's
my
this
red
imposter? Just like this, who's M the
It's
Wabbit?
God. He's with nature. He controls all the animals.
Yeah.
Shit.
And maybe it's just a different interpretation of God.
I still haven't been able to change that.
Your background image?
Yeah, like my character image. I'm still just.
It's that one you might have to change from your actual profile in Roll20.
Hmm.
Because I don't think you can do that in the settings in the top right. Yeah, I don't think you can do that there. Anyway, sorry. Normally I'm up earlier and I prepare stuff. Here we go. So I would have known where this was. All right. So if everybody recalls, we were in Daggerford, which for context, I should probably show us the Sword Coast map. If y'all all recall, we were on our way from Baldur's Gate down here, all the way up the coast to Waterdeep up here. This is where y'all met Aveline and Baldur's Gate, but the rest of y'all were actually coming from El Terrell, where y'all had met Y'all had regrouped with Laius and Erlanthar, who said he would meet y'all in Waterdeep, but y'all also met Onthar Froom, who was sort of a representative of the Order of the Gauntlet, a lawful good group of paladins, clerics, and other religious folk. So, seeing as y'all are in Waterdeep here, you're kind of on like your last leg of the journey. You've gone through the worst parts of this trip that are known for. Y'all passed through the Fields of the Dead with relatively limited issues. Y'all made it to Dragonspear, had a couple things go on there. I think there were some adventures as y'all passed through sort of this forested area. But now y'all are at Daggerford. It's kind of the last stop before Waterdeep. If travelers were going the other way, they might be a little bit more concerned, but y'all just have a short distance to make until y'all are at Waterdeep. We were going to be staying there for, I think it was like 2.5 days total. So y'all spent the first day there, having some fun, doing some stuff. I was trying to remember because I think both the groups have made it to Daggerford in one way or another. Void is in the other group, so he got his dreads here. I'm trying to recall what y'all were doing. How about, since normally we start off with what happened last time, if y'all recall, why don't you give me some info about what y'all were doing last time?
So, what I recall is we got our wonderful golden deer boy, and on our travel we got attacked by those big birds.
Mm-hmm.
A little confrontation from one of the presumed cultist carriage guys, being very suspicious and questioning us. Basically made it here. We were taking turns because we didn't want Dear Boy to get attacked or anything. Muffin was looking for a bar, and he's in jail at the moment.
Yep, I do remember that. I believe he was specifically because the other group visited too. He went to the Lizard's Gizzard, which is up here.
Yeah.
He tried to start a fight with somebody in the tavern, and the
Yep.
owner was like, sir, please leave. Like, this is just a restaurant. Like, there will be no brawls here."
Gave me
And I
gave me
think the only
fire wine.
reason Muffin left, was because he gave him wine at a discount, and he's a fellow Dragonborn. And so then he just stumbled out this way and like found somebody in the alley and beat the
Just
crap out of
punched
him.
him.
Will you
Like
stare at that
nearly to
fucker?
death.
Or something.
Yeah.
It's like,
That-
okay, well, you're going to jail, buddy.
That was just unfortunate timing. That fucker in the alleyway gave me a weird look.
So did he even beat the crap out of him? Because I feel like I remember him missing a few punches, and like one kind of landed, then he was arrested.
Nah, I knocked him out.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like
Yeah,
one punch.
it was a normal civilian, and like normal people in this world have like 1, maybe 2 HP if they're particularly athletic. So
One select.
Muffin just like he just threw his full weight behind it and just knocked him out. Which, yeah, that'll put you in prison. That's assault.
he started it.
He didn't.
He
You
gave
walked
me.
towards him. He's like, "Oh, hey, friend, how you doing?"
He did not say that. He gave me the nastiest fucking stink eye imaginable.
No,
You said he did. Your drunk ass was like, "Are you looking at me funny?"
Will you stare at that fucker?
No.
buddy. Dab was also on her own little adventure. She went
Yeah,
over
now,
to this alley.
yeah. When you tagged the alley, I remembered. Sab, do you want to talk about that? Do you recall?
Thought you meant my alone adventure on the way back after Muffin was arrested, which is not what you're talking about.
No, I believe it
yeah.
were. Yeah, go ahead if you recall.
I remember going. I was taking a walk through the town. I saw something catch my eye, like out of the corner of my eye, and I saw some gold. And I went to inspect it and saw it was fool's gold. And I feel like I recall hearing some snickering or something kind of in the distance. I had picked it up and to investigate and I rolled very lowly. I mean, I couldn't tell anything, and so I kind of just I picked it up and walked away. I think I ended up trashing it before I got back to camp,
Yeah.
though.
I think before you left town, you dropped it like out in front of uh, the Lady Luck Tavern over here.
Mhm. I think that was really it, though.
Yeah. Because I think before that, maybe you had gone to the marketplace or something to maybe look for something. Is that right?
Yeah, I, yeah, I didn't end up
Oh,
getting
and then
anything.
you stayed with the Golden Deer boy for one of the rounds,
But yeah,
which I think y'all left him unaccompanied for your night trip. You'll be glad to know that he is okay when y'all return to camp. Um, so I we'll say we're gonna start with the second day because, well, I guess first, Cassie, why don't you tell us what Aveline was up to? Because she had a pretty interesting night.
Yeah, so after well, Muffin went to jail. Sab came back with the alcohol. I went out very late at night, and I was over at the one of the taverns owned by the Zentarum, and I met Jamna there, and I was being initiated in. So she gave me a flying snake and 10 coins, Zentarum coins, and she was also going to give me a mission, which we haven't talked about yet. And then as I was leaving, I gained another flying snake. I have 2 flying snakes.
Yep, so that was the result of the one-off. Since Cassie was one of our winners, she asked for another flying snake. So we're saying that there was one particularly rebellious flying snake that was flying around and like landing up in the rafters of the Lady Luck Tavern. Who, as she was getting ready to leave, sort of flew down and landed on her shoulder and seemed to take a liking to her. So now, um, not unlike what is it, Apollo that had the staff with the 2 little snakes on it and the wings. Now she has 2 little snakes of her own.
Yep, they're a happy couple.
Very cute. Very cute. Yeah, so why don't we start off there? Give me 1 second. Get some music going. Let me grab something else real quick. Oh, and by the way, great job everybody for remembering, especially helping me out. And I think everybody gets a point of inspiration this time.
Where do we put that?
I mean, mainly
So I was,
Sab and Cassie. I didn't say shit.
well, Muffin, I empathize with you for being sick, so point of inspiration.
Woo!
how does it work again? I don't know if I've even got one. If I did, it was like at the beginning.
So inspiration, the way it works is essentially anytime you roll, let's say you fail a roll, regardless of whether you have advantage or anything, like whatever you get after the result of the roll, if you don't like that roll, you can choose to use your inspiration, which allows you to re-roll an extra dice to see if it changes your result. So if you feel like something's particularly crucial or like you really want to succeed a roll and you fail it and you have a point of inspiration, you can use that point of inspiration to roll again.
Okay, nice.
Yep. All right, give me 1 second. Cassie, I'll answer your question here in just a second. We're going to start on the morning of the second day, I believe it was. So, current status. Uh, I think Aveline, we said, was going to use her morning period. Like, if y'all recall, you have three chances to explore the city during the day. It's like a morning, afternoon, night cycle kind of thing. Some
Mm-hmm.
places are only open at night. Some aren't going to be open in the afternoon. Some are only going to be open like morning, night, morning, afternoon, stuff like that. Um, Killcash, the schedule is for you to get out in the afternoon. But if you want to like role play a reason why they might let you out early, we can do that. I'm gonna start with Aveline though, because I think she used her time in the early morning to go.
Late night / early
It was
morning.
like late night, early morning to go to the Lady Luck Tavern. Sab, I think you were back at camp, so we'll start with Aveline then see what the two of y'all are doing. 1 second, also just being sick. I'm gonna have to be pausing to like blow my nose occasionally, but muting for that so y'all don't have to suffer. All right, be right back.
All right, Aveline, you're my little thief. Come sneak me out of jail.
No.
Give that
I'll give you 10 gold.
bottle of
You could probably use the time to sober up.
This is bullshit.
Let's try bribing one of them with that extra bottle that we have for you.
I had no.
Something.
That shit's a
I
delicacy.
don't
I'm
know.
keeping that. I'm not bribing anybody with that.
Well, right now, I'm pretty sure Stab has that back at camp. She may or may not drink it.
Unless she
She
values her
definitely said
life.
she was drinking one, so it's a question whether she drinks the other.
I would say for sure that I don't think I'd drink it, but if I would, it would only be to spite Killcash.
And then my valued party member's life would be in jeopardy.
And
Oh
then you'll
my.
be back in jail.
I mean,
We'll leave you here.
we would be outside city limits, so
Is that a threat?
yeah.
That sounded like a threat. Damn.
You don't touch my fucking wine.
Okay, and then he's gonna.
Watch out for that Aveline Ray duo as they strike you down.
Ball's gonna make you stub your toe and lose like 10 HP. Be careful.
I got 37. It's worth it.
If you say so. All right. So we're gonna start with the Aveline, who, if y'all recall again, Lady Luck Tavern. She's in the basement there, like a little secret area where the Zentrum own. She is meeting with. Let me see if I can find her. Jamna Gleam Silver, who we know. Okay, cat. Please don't play with those. Nope, that's the Zentrum. Jamna Gleam Silver, who I think we established none of y'all were in the session 0 where the group met Jamna Gleam Silver earlier, right?
I think I was, but I don't recall anything. I recognize the picture though.
I was gonna
It
say,
was
I think
it was
they
in
were
the
here
sewers.
when we roleplayed a little bit of like my backstory.
Mm-hmm.
I was running away and through the alleys, and I kept failing my saves,
Yeah,
my rolls.
yeah. So y'all two have met for sure. She showed up in one of the session zeros as what people probably guessed was a throwaway character, but I always intended on her coming back. She met the players in like a sewer of a city where there was like a thieves guild up to something bad that this intern didn't like. Okay. Anyways, so they're having this meeting downstairs, and as Cassie said, sort of the last conversation Aveline was having with her was that she was going to ask for her help on a mission. So as Aveline is having this conversation with Jamna, Jamna just sort of sits down at a table down in the basement of the Lucky Lady Tavern and looks up at her and says, "So, I take it you know who you're traveling with.
I take it I do know who I'm traveling with, yes.
No reason to be coy, girl. We're all on the same team now.
Yeah.
The Cult of the Dragon. What do you know about them?
I know they're a cult up to no good. Looking to is it revive Tiamat or
That's right. Yeah.
they okay, revive Tiamat and to plunge the world into chaos.
Sure. That's some broad, high, mighty goals they have. But what about the ones you're traveling with?
The ones I'm traveling with, well, they have a shipment going up to Waterdeep
Now we're talking.
with exotic goods.
Do you know how many of them there are?
There's 3 wagons, a total of was it
It was
4
10.
carts? Oh, but the 3 were the cultists.
Three wagons are cultists in terms of the amount of guards and people with those three. There are 10 people.
Okay. Yeah,
Well,
because they
I guess
killed
now
one
there's
of the
9,
guards.
right? So they killed one.
Yeah, so 3 wagons that are the cultists and 9 guards. Uh, a few well seasoned and some that are suspicious.
Suspicious, you say? What happened?
Well, we may have picked up a cursed ancient elf who is now a deer, and they are very suspicious about that.
He said, hold up. A cursed ancient elf that's now a deer? She just starts chuckling to herself. Okay, you're gonna have to show me that one.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just outside at the caravans. Um,
Trying to see if
yeah,
I still have the picture of him.
it's a curse, and he wanted some help, and it's not my specialty, so we were just gonna take him to Waterdeep because that's where we're going.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Um, have they made any movements towards y'all? Tried to attack or anything like that?
Back? No, but they are suspicious of me.
She rubs her chin for a bit. She says, "And why is it that y'all are traveling with the wagons? What's y'all's story? Or I know
Uh,
why you're here, but like, what's the cover you're going with?"
the cover we're going with right now, we're guards, uh, helping the caravan. So I'm helping the spells book, the books caravan with spells and scrolls, and someone else from my party is working with the beer cart slash food.
All right, that sounds good. And you haven't even tried stealing anything yet?
Not quite.
He just grins, smirks at you.
I smile back. I was like, not yet. I've been using my familiar, but they have a spellcaster amongst their group. So
The
it,
spellcaster, you say?
yeah, they know familiar when they see one.
Hmm. That must make the deer familiar, she says with like air quotes in the air. Rather suspicious indeed. Hmm.
Yeah,
I tell you
played him
what,
off as a pet.
the the Zentarum is not happy about the Cult of the Dragon activities. You know, if they just wanted to go around murdering and pillaging, that's one thing. But interfering with the cities where we have business and interfering with our activities, not good. Raising Tiamat to where she's going to create a sort of system where dragons are superior and only her loyal cultist followers can do anything, not good for us. Um, my assignment is to keep an eye on their activities in this part of the region. We believe they've got some sort of big operation going up north, but they've actually been able to hide it pretty well so far. What do you say to me joining your group for a bit? You said you're going to Waterdeep?
Yeah,
Mhm. Do you think
Yeah,
you can convince one of your wagon leaders to take me on?
think we could.
All
I
right.
don't think that'd be too hard.
Well, then how about we get heading back?
All right. All right, we'll head out.
All right. With that, your mission now is to sort of convince somebody to take Jamna on, and then sort of she asks just once y'all are back to introduce her to the rest of the group so that she can travel with y'all to Waterdeep.
Okay. Um, did you want to do that or Muffin?
Let's go back to camp first because that's logically where you would go, and we're gonna see Sab what you want to do with your morning.
Yeah, so I roll up in the camp with Jamna. Hey,
Yeah,
Sab.
I'll
Or,
drop her in.
right.
It's definitely
Uh,
not in the Wabbit anymore.
I'm the Wabbit, so
Eh.
I guess I'll kind of socialize with our new guests first, or did you need to talk to our wagon lady first?
this is Jamna. She would like to join the wagon. She's an old friend of mine, and I think she could be really helpful. So yeah, I was gonna talk to our wagon leader and see if she'd be willing to take on a third guard, considering I think our third guard is dead from the doppelganger attack. So
Yeah.
uh, picking up a third wouldn't be too bad.
What brings you to want to travel with us, Jimna?
Oh, I just happen to be in the area. I do a bit of work as a traveling mercenary, and ran into my friend Aveline here. So just wanted to see if I could help out. Hop onto Waterdeep, make some extra coin.
Well, I'd say any friend of Aveline is a friend of mine, so hopefully everything goes well and you're able to be welcome and travel with us.
So here's one of the funny things about D&D. I intentionally wanted all that to be public so you know like why she's coming with the party. Your character technically wouldn't know, but would you like your character to like in ICly in character wise know whether or not she's lying? Because in that case you would just have to ask like, hey, can I make an insight check to see whether I think she's being honest or not? Or you can just trust her because you trust Aveline and move on.
Does
Whatever you
Aveline
think
know?
is appropriate.
Okay, no, I'll shut up. I'll roll. Yeah.
Yeah, Aveline definitely knows because they were the ones having the conversation down in the Lady Luck Tavern.
I've been lied to. Trade. Yeah,
All right.
I'll roll.
Yeah, if you would like to know, roll an insight check.
I'll have to re-pull up my character sheet after this.
No worries.
Hmm.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yep, it's a friend of Aveline. Sounds good.
Yeah, for like her sketchy attire and whatnot, like she might be the most honest gnome you've ever met. Like you believe her with every fiber of your being. Right. Anything else you want to socialize with her while you're at the camp? If not, you're free to use the time as you see fit this morning.
I didn't really have anything planned, so I guess just I'd hang around with them and I don't know, I guess be in the way. Or I guess I don't know if I need to go to the jail to help out Kill Cash at all, but if
You're
so I
welcome to
could
go and try if you like.
I'll stay and socialize for a while, then maybe after some time, an hour or something, I'd probably head that way if I haven't seen or heard from Kill Cash yet.
Yeah, none of y'all have seen Kill Cash since like early last night.
I
He's still in jail, probably.
I don't think any of y'all know he's in jail, right?
I think
Aveline
Ab
does.
does.
Wait, who's the one that carried me and then
Sab
Oh,
took your
I
Me.
thought it was
rifle.
Aveline for some reason, but yeah,
No.
I think Sab's the only one that knows.
Okay, I thought you were by yourself. Okay, so you do know. Aveline doesn't know yet.
Yeah, I don't know where he
I
is.
thought I
Probably
thought I told
stuck
you
in
the
an
night
alleyway
before when
drunk.
I
Oh
thought I
yeah, I
told you the
think
night
y'all met
before when
up.
I'd showed up when
Yeah, I think
because
y'all
I
met
was
up like
like,
outside
haha,
here.
look, here's
Yeah.
this bottle. You should put water in it, and you were like, no.
All right.
Okay.
In that case, everybody does know.
Do you guys want
Aveline
to
has
join
already
me
used
on
up her
my?
morning time.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
done everything I wanted to do here.
So Sab,
Okay.
up to you.
Oh, I am. Oh wait, is there any interesting interactions between Jimna and Iron?
What do you
That
call
are
it?
oh
She
I
she definitely checks out. She definitely checks out Arun, having heard about him. It was just like, oh my goodness, you weren't lying. I thought you were just making that up.
I only lie when I have to.
She smirks at that and says, "Indeed, indeed. Ancient cursed elf, you say?"
Yeah,
Which
it's
Arun, I think you taught him to like, what was it like, nod versus like shake his head, or didn't you
yeah,
teach him how to do something?
and there's like I had him tell me three words in his language, like help, kidnap, and like injured
Okay,
or
you think
wagon.
you hear him say, "Help."
Oh, what's wrong?
oh that
Y'all are right in
sounds.
front of him. He wants he probably said something like, "Can you help me?" And that's just the only word you recognized.
Do I have
um,
to talk to our cart leader to convince her, or
Sure, go for it.
excuse me, milady? Um, so I noticed. Well, we're down a guard from
Indeed, that was unfortunate.
near the start of the
We're
adventure.
almost back to Waterdeep, though.
Yeah, I was wondering. I have an old merchant or mercenary friend who just happens to be in this town. Would you like to hire them just for this little bit of the journey? They were on their way, and I thought this would be a good way to help them out. You can take a little bit from my paycheck for them.
From your paycheck, you say? That's awfully generous of you.
A little bit.
Um, you said respond a little bit. Um, Make me a persuasion check with advantage. Oof, yeah, done that. She says, "Miss Aveline, you know what? You've done wonders for me so far on this trip, and you've always had a wonderful attitude. So, you know what? Don't worry about taking it out of your paycheck. I'm happy to hire her on. Like you said, we're down a guard. I don't foresee there being any issues between here and Baldur's Gate or in Waterdeep. So, perhaps we'll just earn your friend here a few extra gold pieces."
Thank you, milady.
Of course, of course.
And then this here is Jamna, or this here is my friend. I'll let her introduce herself if she's going with a different name or not.
Oh, she introduces herself. She says, Gemma Gleamsilver, at your service. Uh, to which her eagerness sort of takes your caravan leader back. She's like, oh my. I was just telling your friend here, I don't expect any trouble, but I appreciate your attentiveness. Look forward to traveling with you for the next couple days. Oh, and Aveline probably already told you this, but we'll be here for another day, then we'll be setting out tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, I totally told her that as well.
Yeah, Gemma sort of looks back at you and is like, yeah, sure. Sounds great.
I'll only say what I have to say.
She sort of elbows you as y'all walk back to hanging out where y'all were before.
I'm just smiling the whole way.
All right. So, Sab, now you're free to do your morning as you please. Or if you just want to spend time with them hanging out, you're welcome to do that as well.
I guess I'll go bite the bullet and get kill cash out. I couldn't remember how far the jail was, but I guess if anything catches my eye on the way and I make a pit stop, it'll happen.
Okay. As you enter the gates, you see something shining on the ground.
Is it the same place that I chucked it?
No, it's actually moved.
That sounds
It's like
interesting.
it's like in the middle of the road now, whereas before you sort of chucked it out to the side, like it's moved to be very visible in the middle of the path.
Hmm. I guess I'll keep my eye on it and I'll keep walking. I'm intrigued.
Okay. Muffin, where are you moving your guy?
That's where the jail is, so I'm just moving my guy over there.
Oh, is there actually a jail?
Yeah, it's number 6. It says jail and constable's office.
Oh, perfect. I just put you at the guardhouse. That works. All right. So, Sab, you're gonna just keep an eye on it and move on.
Yeah. Maybe I'll trick kill cash and I'm picking it up.
Um, as you walk away, you could have sworn you see it slide towards you, like following you.
Gold?
Mm-hmm. As if it were on a string.
Would I be intelligent enough that, as my character, I'd already know why it would be doing that, hypothetically?
Um, make me an Arcana check.
Fuck. Okay. Um, oh,
That's
yeah.
pretty good. 20 is pretty good.
I know what that
Um,
is.
not only do you know that there are certain ways that this could be done magically, but you can sort of limit them to a few on your hand. There could be some sort of invisibility going on where somebody is actually physically moving it, but they are invisible. Or there could be like an invisible mage hand, which is a trick that some races and some classes know. Or it's an illusion, and somebody is essentially controlling a certain amount of space and creating the illusion of a moving coin. Between those two, that's about it.
So, then I would just know someone's fucking with me. Hmm.
Well, one easy way to prove whether it's an illusion or not.
Um, would my detect magic give me any insight?
Not beyond what I've already given you. Well, I guess it gives you the school of magic, so yes, it would tell you whether or not it's illusion or I think invisibility is abjuration, maybe. Let me check to make sure they're different.
Well, it also says that it can penetrate like barriers, so if they're invisible, I'd figure it would kind
Doesn't
of.
let you see through invisibility. Invisibility is illusion as well.
So there's no barriers to
But
penetrate.
I suppose you would know whether like the coin itself was the illusion or if there is some other illusion going on.
Did you give me any other information, or are you telling me what you said is all I get to know?
I'm telling you, you won't get any additional information.
Then
I'm
I
saying
guess I'll.
you can do something in the world to get additional information, but like
Well,
using detect magic will not give you any more
since it
information.
said penetrate barriers and stuff, I didn't know if you'd let me
Oh,
get anything else from that.
no.
I
Seeing
guess I'll.
invisibility is a very specific thing. There's certain spells that like prevent creatures from becoming invisible, things of that nature. Or if you did a rule of cool where you're like, I acid spray the space and like I try to reveal something that way, like or color spray, like
Make me
something like that
mace
can
them.
work. Essentially, yeah.
Uh,
I pocket dirt them, yeah, like try to find like the outline of their character. Or if it's an illusion, like I said, go touch it.
Magically, a big bag of flour appeared.
Exactly. It starts to rain, and I see the outline of.
uh, feeling confident that I can not be worried of danger, I'll just approach it and take the bait and see what the fuck's going on because I'm curious.
As you reach
You'll pick it
down,
up.
as you reach down to pick up the coin, your hand, in fact, does not pass through it. That's a real fool's gold coin on the ground, and you could swear you hear some snickering nearby.
Um, I'll pick up and pocket the coin, and I'll start to make my way towards the jail, kind of side-eyeing in the direction that I heard the noise from.
All right.
I just appear at the jail now.
Yeah, sure. Muffin, to get you started, can you roll me a Constitution saving throw, or just a Constitution check, rather?
Trying to make him roll doubles like he's in Monopoly, because that's funny.
11.
Okay. On an 11, Muffin, you are awake when Sab arrives, but my friend, you are not looking good. You look a bit hungover, and the fact that you didn't sleep on, even like a bedroll, just essentially had like a plank of wood to sleep on. Um, you look a little worse for wear this morning. But you are awake when you see Sab enter the constable's office. Sort of like if you've seen those old Western movies where essentially there's just a bunch of bars in the back of the room for like
Yeah.
holding cells. Um, and then a couple desks out front where an officer is sitting nearby, or a guard rather.
So I'll approach the desk and I'd ask, "What does it take to get my friend out?"
Sorry, blowing my nose. Your friend, he looks back and he looks back. He one of the ones in the drunk tank, and he looks back and sort of points his thumb back to the cell Killcash is in. There's a couple other people in there. One's still asleep. Another one's actively vomiting in the corner. Um, so he sort of looks back up at you after pointing them. You one of those sorry fools?
Um, Sorry, I I zoned out because I saw a message and it threw me off. What was the question?
When you asked if you could get your friend out, he said, "Oh, is one of your friends back there in the drunk tank?" And he pointed his thumb at one of the cells back there that Killcash is in, as well as another guy who's passed out, and a woman who's actively vomiting in the corner.
I'll
Because
just
Killcash, how do you
hug.
feel about your cellmates?
I want to punch them. They're driving me nuts being too noisy early in the morning.
Killcash thinks that with bloodshot eyes.
Uh, yeah. Sadly, one of those is mine. I probably be best for me to grab him before he causes more problems.
Well, looks like he's scheduled to be let out this afternoon, seeing as he's a first timer in town. Um, so long as you're escorting him and you promise to keep him out of trouble, I think we can let him out a bit early.
Will do. I'd very much appreciate that.
Which one is yours, though?
The very angry, hungover looking one. Be able to pick him out pretty easily.
I don't know. They all look pretty hungover to me.
So I'm purposefully saying it loud enough for Killcash to hear me. He's probably too out of it. He doesn't even notice. I'll point at him after I loudly say it to where he doesn't acknowledge it. I'll point at him to make it more obvious.
Oh, all right, this one. Yeah, he was a bit angry. Turns out he punched some random fool, almost killed him. He walks up to you, Killcash, and before letting you out, he says, "Now, sir, I'll have to ask you again. I know you're a traveling adventurer and whatnot, and you're probably doing a great job as a security guard. But see here, this is a quiet town. Please don't go around attacking folk. You promise not to cause any more trouble?"
I'd just give him the side-eye glare. Whatever makes him shut up quicker.
Do you say that, or you're just giving him the side eye?
I'm just giving the side-eye. I'm not gonna... Because I feel like if I actually say it, things might go down. So...
He smiles at you and goes, "All right, I'll take that as a yes." He looks back at Ray. Now, like I said, please stay with him and keep him out of trouble. You seem like a reasonable sort. And he goes to his keys and unlocks the door. Lets you out, Killcash.
Thanks.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome. Y'all have a great day now.
Better get him up. There's a pile of puke in there.
We prefer to leave it messy in there for them.
Is Killcash like walking normally, or do I have to like support him?
He's definitely a bit stiff, but he's able to walk by himself.
I guess for the theatrics of it, I'll grab him by like his elbows are going out, and I'll be lecturing him. And then as we're walking out, I'll say, "If you just didn't want to arm wrestle me last night, you could have just done that. You didn't need to get arrested." Because I did challenge him, and then he got too fucked up before.
That is true.
It was an island town.
Better hurry back, though. Your bottle of fire, whatever, is still there, and Aveline has a new friend. Don't want him to get into it.
The fire wine, the special Dragonborn fire wine.
I'll question that here in a minute, but we need to make a pit stop.
Is it gonna involve me breaking the rules? Or I promise to this guard.
No.
Okay. Where are we going?
I'm going back to that tavern I was kicked out of.
Okay.
Why?
You'll see.
No, I will sit there holding him by the arm and make him tell me before we go, because I can't say I can get you out if you end up there again.
Hey, Killcash, are you going on with or without her?
Yes.
You
All right.
fighting me? I'm holding on to you.
I was gonna say, are you gonna hold? Are you
Is
gonna
this
try
gonna
and
be
hold
a
him hard?
contest of strength?
It will be if y'all are both trying to do opposite things. Then yes, it will be.
Oh, but you have disadvantage and I don't.
How do I have disadvantage?
Because you're fucked up.
Hungover old
Oh,
fool.
that's bullshit.
So make a strength roll.
Oh, hold on.
Killcash, you've got disadvantage.
It fucking
Ray,
locked me
you
out of my
have-
character sheet.
Ray, you just have a normal.
Are we
Roll.
both going?
Yep. Contested strength check. Whoever gets higher.
Do I get advantage?
Nope. Just a normal check for you.
Okay.
Can't stack the odds in your favor then.
Where the fuck is strength? Oh, there it is.
You do not get a plus. Oh, wait. Muffin, you don't get a +6 either.
What do you mean +6? My
I
strength
think you
is a
just get a
6.
plus. Your
I should
strength
get
is
to
not
go
a
again
6.
because
Your
he's
strength is
rolling more
probably.
than once.
I think your strength is a 16.
Strength is 18.
Strength is 18. Are y'all level 4?
Yeah,
Sounds
because when we
Oh,
did
that
okay.
the
sounds like he's
ability and score
lying.
improvement, I put everything into
So
strength.
you're right. So I think you're looking at the athletics skill probably, which is your strength plus your proficiency. If I just ask for a strength check, it's just your ability modifier, so it'd just be the +4.
So
So you rolled what, the
six,
7 plus?
16, it would be the highest. Well, the
Yeah,
lowest because of the. Either way, I
yeah.
was.
So you got yeah 16 versus Sab's 9. You easily overpower her despite the hungover state. And Aveline, or excuse me, Ray, Killcatch just sort of rips his arm from you and proceeds to walk down. Muffin, where are you going? Are you going down this way, or are you going back up to this road up here?
Whatever way it is to that tavern I was at.
Wait,
You
can
tell
you
me.
like
You went
it's
there.
like
Do you remember
the
where it is?
can you
Uh,
make him roll for something? 'Cause it'd be really amusing if he doesn't know and he's just walking in circles and I'm following
As a,
him.
I'm giving him the chance to, because I've pointed it out a couple times on the map. If he remembers, great. If not,
uh,
he's gonna have to roll a random check to see where he ends up in
Yeah,
town.
but
I
he
want to
has
say it was
a
like right here.
Okay, go ahead and head that way then.
So I'll go like around like this way and go down the hill road.
Okay, go for it.
Do I just keep going until I end up there, or?
Is Ray gonna follow him along,
I will
or are you just gonna let him go?
begrudgingly follow him at a distance.
Okay, upset with his behavior. All right, Killcash is using his morning time to go check out the tavern slash restaurant that kicked him out last night. Indeed, you arrive at the restaurant from the night before where you'd received the fire wine, and I believe you got like a couple kebabs of some kind of tasty meat, if I recall.
Yeah, I think the Blue Dragboard dude gave me something so I could get.
Yep, you see the sign that you recognize from last night that has sort of a sprawling blue lizard on it. But as you look in, don't seem to be any lights on, and the door's locked.
Aveline, since you're behind me, give me a piece of paper and pen.
Aveline? Where's Aveline at?
I don't know. Fuck, I'm not paying attention. All right, you got N the Wabbit. Change your name back.
Do I?
Rayzelia or Ray.
Ray, that's it. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, on your in the game it still says M the Wabbit.
I don't
I
see
think
it on my end.
if you're in roll 20 and you go to the gear in the top right, I think you can change your display name. Let me refresh to see also if it's just not reflecting for us.
It's reflected for me. I still see it.
Yeah, I still see M the Wabbit. I do see
There it
Aveline's
goes.
picture now.
Now it says Ray.
Perfect.
Ray,
Cassie,
I need a
favorite
piece of
picture.
paper and a pen.
Thank you.
I don't know. That kind of hurt low key.
Please.
Say like she would say low key.
in this medieval fantasy world, Loki, that kind of hurt.
It's all magic talk.
I think Muffin and Killcash are hungover, but I think I have some old parchment on me.
You do not. People don't generally carry parchment.
Yeah, sorry, that
around with
really
them.
sucks, huh? Got you good. I don't have anything.
You think there's a
Often you
te-
see they have some hours of operation written on a sign, like on one of those little Have y'all ever seen it? Some like
placard or whatever, wooden sign.
I was thinking more of the ones where it's like a little foldable thing that they put on the ground outside the door. where like oftentimes there'll be like a chalkboard or something like that with like some writing on it. They've
Yeah.
essentially got that, like a version that's like a chalkboard, and they've got written the hours of operation. They're usually open for lunch and dinner, but they won't be open this morning.
Damn.
Now, if you're looking for the shop, the owner himself, obviously he's got to do some prep work for lunch and whatnot. Perhaps he'd be at the port buying seafood, or maybe in the marketplace buying fresh ingredients for his meals. But you won't find him here.
All right, let's go to the marketplace, see if we can find the owner.
Okay.
I'm
Sab, do you
only
continue
gonna
to
follow
follow him
you.
around?
I, I heading this way for now because it's also the way back, but I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna stick around.
As you pass the high road there in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
Sab, give me a perception check.
Mm.
14. You could swear you see several different glimmers around the corner of your eye, sort of seemingly waiting for you, like watching, um, on the sides of buildings and things like that.
I want to
As
know,
if the
but I
morning
never
sunlight is being refracted in some sort of weird way.
can't roll high enough to fucking figure out what this is. This is like my third time, like just approaching it with like nothing happening. I don't know. Fuck it. I'll go back because it's more entertaining than Kill Cash being rude to me and drunk. So
All right. Well, we'll say you continue to investigate down that road. We'll use your afternoon time for like a full on investigation. How's that sound?
sure.
Okay. Kilcash, the morning's getting ready to end. So the marketplace is starting to get quite busy. And indeed, at a nearby food stall, you see the back turned to you of a large blue dragonborn man who seems to be haggling the prices over some vegetables.
I walk up to him.
Do you announce yourself, or are you just standing behind him?
Man, I figure I'll be somewhat polite and wait till he's done haggling.
Oh, very well. He finishes his negotiations with the merchant. You see him grabbing some cabbages, onions, and peppers. And then he turns around to see you standing behind him and taken aback for a second. Um, he is still he's a rather large dragonborn, but he's still slightly smaller than you. And he looks up at you and says, "Oh, good morning, sir. You seem to be. Are you okay? You left in quite a huff yesterday. Everything all right?"
Yeah, everything's fine. I just get pretty testy when I'm on that good old Dragonborn fire wine.
He sort of laughs to himself and says, "Oh, I know how it is, friend. It's a strong drink. Thankfully, we seem to be able to carry it pretty well, but even then, sometimes it gets to you."
Agreed to that one. I seen you were close, so I was wandering around, see if you maybe be in the marketplace, and luckily enough, I found you. And I just want to come by and humbly apologize for my rude behavior last night. Didn't realize how nice of a town this was.
Oh, well, that's awfully kind of you, sir. I appreciate that. Um, how long are you in town for? We'd love to have you come back by and cook you up another good meal if you'd have it.
I think we're in town for another day, and then we're heading
Mm-hmm.
for what was it, Waterdeep?
Mm-hmm.
And then we're leaving in the morning for Waterdeep.
Oh, lovely. Well, yeah, feel free to bring all your friends by for dinner tonight. We'll be having a sort of of goulash with a bunch of potatoes. We've got some cabbage here, and then I've got a bunch of deer meat prepared as well.
Ooh, sounds exquisite. I will pass the word along.
Lovely. Hope to see you all later, and thank you again for coming by. I was worried about you last night. I hate to see my patrons leave that way.
Yeah, I ended up got thrown in jail last night, so
He laughs heartily at that, and he's like, well, I'm sure you weren't the only one there, and I can't say I haven't spent a few nights there myself. So, feel no shame in it, brother, so long as you recognize your mistake and uh, don't cause too much trouble in the future.
yes, sir.
Lovely. Well, hopefully, we'll see you tonight then. And he sort
Sounds
of waves and heads up the street.
sounds good.
Oh, Kill Cash, growing.
Hey, look,
I love it.
I may be a dick, but I do have a heart.
He's a dick with a heart. Love it.
I definitely love the thought of Ray assuming he was going to beat the shit out of him, being really fed up and just splitting off from him.
I 100% thought he was going to cause trouble. Bust down
Did
the
you
door
send him
of the
back to
tavern.
jail?
Huh?
Did you send him back to jail?
100%. Yeah, he would have stayed in jail until y'all left.
Then we would have left for Waterdeep without him.
You fuckers.
Would have let him go with y'all, but no. He wouldn't have been able to do anything else fun.
And then
Okay, I think that's. Or did you want to
I was gonna
go
say
someplace before ending the morning?
I was gonna say I could head back to the group here outside the gate.
Okay.
Oh.
So he just had no reaction to Ray splitting off? He was just like, yeah, whatever.
Nope.
I
She's
feel
doing
like
her
I
magic
saw
stuff.
she was trailing behind you and then eventually got fed up and just left. And
I get back to the little encampment here and tell Aveline I'm back. I look over and I'm like, who the hell is this midget?
I'm
call her midget
hoping
to her face.
before this interaction, I give Jaina a little heads up. Our third party member having no brains
Hey.
and is stubborn.
Yeah,
and
we'll
angry.
assume you had that conversation. She probably just to you before he arrived. She probably would have said something like, sounds like a liability."
Did I hear her saying that? Saying that, balls?
No, this is when
I was
you
gonna
still would have been
say.
like in jail earlier.
Yeah,
Because I would have sunger punched her right in the face.
I would have defended her.
When you call her a midget, she does sort of smirk at you and go, so here's the troublemaker. How are you feeling, big boy?
Hungover.
Been there, she laughs. And she goes, well, I heard they did get you some more wine, so you know what the cure to being hungover is.
Where's my wine? Hand it over.
Back of
She
the
doesn't know where it
cart.
is, but she looks to Aveline, who I assume she
It's
would know.
over here in the back of the cart behind this box. Just starts ruffling and grabs your freaking bottle.
Huzzah!
Jamna just sort of looks up at you and goes, you know, I've never had fire wine. Would you mind if I had just a small taste?
Do you think a small person such as yourself could handle it?
That's why I asked for a small taste, she laughs.
Who knows? Maybe she could outdrink you.
Is that a challenge?
She looks at Aveline and just sort of gives you like a hush finger thing. She's like, goodness, not this early in the morning, please.
Sounds like Aveline says you're a pretty hefty drinker here then. Thinks she can outdrink me.
Perhaps, but this early in the morning, there's still much to do. Perhaps we could have a competition tonight, if you prefer.
You're on.
All right, we'll plan on it. Save the fire wine for then, no? For now, I
We,
suppose you'll just have to do with some water and a meal.
you want to have a taste? You need to have a taste. I pour a small little cup.
She throws it back and she sort of flinches at the taste. And she's like, "Oh my goodness, that's strong."
It's good stuff.
Um, she says, "Well, I'll look forward to having more of it tonight. We'll go shot for shot then, yeah."
Sounds good to me. We can't cause a disturbance, though. I made a promise.
Yeah, you already caused one.
Well, we can just we'll be heading out in the morning, so we can do it out here by the tent grounds.
Do what?
A drinking challenge.
Oh, I thought we were drinking at the tavern.
No, no, if we don't want to cause a disturbance, better to do it out here where we can pass out under the stars if needed, wake up in the morning and head out.
Fair enough.
All right. With that, do the three of y'all just go to get like some of the morning gruel from the camp, get some water and whatnot, get prepped for the day?
Yeah.
All right.
Probably.
The only flavor I'm going to add before we go into the afternoon of this session is as y'all all sit down to sort of eat this porridge that's been provided for all the different security guards, escorts um, of the caravan, Jamna stops y'all as y'all are about to dig in. She says, "Hold off. Who served this?" To which I don't think neither of y'all even thought to check for that, did you?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Um, she said, "Y'all would just really eat anything that was handed to you at this point, given what you told me, Aveline."
Well,
Um,
uh,
it was one of those from. She looks around to see if anybody is nearby. Nobody is, so she says, "It's one of them from the other wagons, if you know what I mean."
mm,
She begins to sort of sift her through her porridge to where she then takes her wooden spoon and lifts out what seems to be an innocuous little bit of porridge, but she reaches in and finds an almost translucent piece of bone. um, she says she pulls it up and sort of you can see it sort of shine in the light as it drips in porridge. She says, "Ah, classic trick of the trade. That'll do you in slowly." She says, I might not eat that. Perhaps we'd be better off eating in town."
well, good thing there's a place just in front of the gates there.
Yep. So y'all are all free to go get some food in town. But yeah, probably it seems somebody might be more than just a bit suspicious of y'all at this point.
Great.
All right, and we'll call that the end of the morning. Afternoon time. Is anybody staying back with our cursed ancient deer buddy?
I've done everything I needed to in town.
Okay. Then after your breakfast, we'll say you return with Jamna to where y'all just return and do your little Zinterim things.
Little powwow.
Yeah, y'all just practice pickpocketing from each other.
Learn the tricks of the trade.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if there's anything you'd like to do while you're waiting, um, happy to do a couple rolls or something like that
I'd probably,
while you're hanging out with Arun.
yeah, probably just chatting with Aaron, like let him turn into his human form for a little bit, and those two can chat in common.
Cool. He'll just tell you some stories, some fun stories about um, his sort of ancient elven empire that he was a part of and how perfect things used to be and that magic was so much more spectacular. He essentially sounds like an old man talking about the good old days, but in this case he's talking about a period like well over 1,000 years ago. So y'all just are like, "Oh my god, like It's like grandpa cringe times 12.
Grandpa, that was ages ago.
This is literally millennia ago, grandpa. Uh, but y'all sit back and Jamna is certainly interested to hear this story. It's probably the most interesting thing she's seen in a while, and she gets around, so y'all just enjoy that. Let's go to Sad with Ray. Um, you're sort of now trying to investigate this site you saw. You've still got the fool's gold in your pocket. Excuse me. As you proceed up the high road, you continue to just sort of hear laughter, seemingly sort of echoing out from the rafters above you. Do we have a Sab? Did she get up?
Sab.
Hello.
Oh, she's there.
Hello?
I
Did your
was, I
mic
was,
just mess up or something?
yeah, I don't know. I
No worries.
tried
Did you hear what
swapping
I said?
out. Yeah, I did.
Okay,
Um,
go for it.
I asked if I was able to pinpoint exactly where it was coming from at all.
It seems to be almost like floating and moving around in the air above you.
Hmm. Um, I guess I'm assuming kind of like across the high road street here. I guess after going and seeing more gold, I just kind of demand whoever's there to reveal themselves, and I don't know, more out of frustration than trying to be actually threatening at this point, because it just, I felt like anytime I'd come into town, this is typically what I'd seen happening.
Uh, to that response, you could swear you hear um, a whispering coming in the air above you, as again, there seems to be sort of a glimmer in the air. And then you hear a tiny childlike voice say, "No fun, no fun." And then the glimmers seem to move into the alleyway this way.
I guess I'll kind of follow it, and I'll ask, like, who are you? What is it that you're doing? Seeing if I get any more responses since they had said something.
Again, you hear the voice say, "You're no fun." And continues to lead you down the hallway, or the alleyway, to where you arrive at the same point you were last night, but you would swear there's something different this time. There's like a really small door sort of at ground level on the back of one of these homes. Um, but it's almost like the size of a rat to fit in.
That's interesting. Um, would any kind of like an Arcana check give me any information about that, or is it just supposed to be very random?
As you kneel down to look at it, seemingly out of thin air, a creature appears before you, which you would have recognized from your time in the Fae as a pixie. And she says, "Surprise! The summer court beckons." And before you can say anything, the door opens, and all of a sudden, a whirlwind just seems to magically suck you into this tiny, tiny door on the ground.
Like
Yeah.
Alice in Wonderland vibes?
Poof. Yep, you are gone.
Oh.
Um, instead, um, you arrive in a place that you don't recognize, but you feel is all too familiar. You are standing in some sort of pocket area of the Fae. There's several pixies now sort of flying around, and you notice that there's a bunch of fool's gold on the ground. They say, "Let's play a game. Let's play a game."
Um, Ray just continues to go with it, kind of expecting to eventually have had the Fae catch up with her. And it's like, what is it you want? Almost a huff.
You hear several of them this time go, "No fun, no fun. Let's play a game."
What kind of
You
game?
you get a sense that what they want is for you to play a game.
Then I'll just tell them tell them I'm listening.
uh, one that seems to be a bit larger than the others comes in, um, sort of what you would say, quote unquote, like lands, hovers in the space in front of you, and says, um, "The queen of the court would offer you an item, but the trick is you have to find it. Uh, you picked up the fool's gold, right?"
Yes. She says kind of
Well,
standoffish.
she sort of puts a finger to her chin and nods her head back and forth. She's like, "Well, it's more of a fool's gold. There's a lot of fool's gold here. There's actually only one real fool's gold. And you look at the ground, there's just gold coins scattered everywhere. Um, if you find the right one, you'll get a prize."
May I ask what the prize would be?
No fun, no fun. Let's play a game.
Oh, okay. Is there any way I could go about actually looking? I don't know. Or is it just
You tell me.
random? I don't know. No fun. What would I know? Um,
You
then I
said you
guess
sound no fun. What would I know?
I'll kneel down and I'll inspect them and see if anything.
I'll say from your time in the Feywild, you've played a number of games with pixies as you were sort of lost in the Fey. Um, they're known to be chaotic. They're known to be cruel. Um, but there's always a way to win the game. It's just a matter of figuring it out.
Mhm. Um, well, I'll kneel down and try to push through them, seeing if I had noticed any, and going along with it, but still feeling a little standoffish and uneasy. It's like hairs on the back of my neck standing.
Okay,
Um, Hoping my experience will help me find the gold, the fool's gold.
sure. Give me a perception check. On the wrong page.
But it's with advantage, right? Ha ha ha. I'm kidding.
Is it the 9 and the 3?
Yeah.
With the 9, um, you you recognize that as you're sort of sifting through this gold, you're getting reactions from the pixies, um, but nothing in particular standing out to you.
Mm. Well, I guess I'll just keep sifting through it, and after I'm not making any progress, I'll just kind of stand again and demand, asking what they want from me and why I'm here.
You're here because the queen demands it.
Where's the queen? Maybe I should skip all this
No
foolery.
fun, no fun. The queen is very busy.
Then this shouldn't be that urgent of a matter, then, should it?
Um, you see one with more like again larger even than the one before with reddish wings sort of descends and goes, you've always been a stickler.
Yeah, something like that. Is there any way I can go ahead and talk to her now?
No, what they said is true. She is busy, but um, she brought you here for a reason. Look, she never expected any of this mess. would end back up in the Fae. But seeing as your group was making a stink over him, what was the name of the town? This is why I try to get up a few hours before these so I can prep. Oh, where was it? Oh, I think it was Shatterstone. Yeah. Seeing as your group made that whole stink over in Shatterstone, the Fae's been talking nothing about nothing except this whole cult of dragons and Tiamat coming back or something. So, to try to bring back some calm, she's trying to make sure that you succeed in whatever it is you're doing. So, she's offered you a boon. But she can't just go offering you a boon. That's too simple. You know how she loves games. Get the picture now?
Ray stays silent, and from hearing that information, just goes back to kneeling down, playing her game and feeding into it, looking through the gold.
The fairy, sort of. You can almost hear her smile from Grindelwald, and she says, games are fun. And she flies back off.
Yeah, Ray knows that if she tries to really push or demand much more, it'll not get her far and just not embarrass her, but it'd be a waste. So she just goes back and feeds into it, to the gold, looking through it.
Seeing your sort of change in attitude, it seems as though the pixies are more interested in it, and it's almost as if like a good 10-20% of the coins just disappear magically.
I start sorting through them, and any that I push away, I put into its own pile just to sort a little bit faster to see anything else catching my eye sooner with the send them out of the way.
Okay. Give me an investigation check. How'd you do? 18. Under an investigation check, you remember her saying something about all of these being fool's gold? And you're like, wait, these are just gold pieces. So what is it I'm looking for?
Indeed. What am I looking for? I don't know. Is the gold in my pocket relevant at all? Maybe I pull it out and I don't know.
To that you hear little squeals and giggles of laughter.
Ray rolls her eyes and just continues
Excuse me.
searching around, trying to find whatever they're basically taunting her with at this point.
Okay, how about you make me an Arcana check? Oof. I'll say with advantage. Spare you the pain. 19 regardless. From your time in the Feywild, you've grown very accustomed to it. And I imagine the reason you didn't even use detect magic is like similar to when you're in Shatterstone. Like the Fey itself radiates with magic, and while you can sort of detect stronger bits of magic here, it's almost like when you look at what is it, those night vision goggles in the day where just everything is blinding. Um, However, this little pocket area of the Fae that you're in feels very unmagical for some reason. In fact, the only sort of magic sense you get is from the different pixies flying above you. And then, sort of in one corner of the room in a pile of gold, there seems to be just like a flicker of some magic. But otherwise, a very unremarkable corner of the Fae.
You said there's like a particular corner that doesn't feel as magical.
None of it feels magical except for a specific corner,
Okay,
which
then
is
I guess
very
I'll
unusual for the Fae.
yeah. I'll drop whatever I'm pawing through at the moment and start to creep towards that corner.
Okay. As you approach that corner, again, you hear a reaction from the pixies, sort of like some oohs and awing. I think
I'll
you
say
hear
my
one say, "She gets it. She gets it."
is it just like the corner I'm approaching? Is it still just like more fool's gold on the ground, or is there anything else in particular around?
Well, remember, like what you've been sorting through for the most part have just been actual gold pieces, from what
Mhm.
you can tell. Just piles and piles of them. So you're looking for something that's not a gold piece.
Then I will head towards that corner and see what else is around.
Okay. Do you want to make like an investigation check, or how are you going to find this single coin in a pile of gold coins?
Um, yeah, I'll go to this corner and I'll do another investigation check, kind of narrowing down the radius of where it feels like it could be.
So make that check with advantage.
Does the 9 count as my second, or do I just do it
You can
again?
roll again.
And then I.
Ooh, just enough. I was going to make the DC 15. Um, with a successful investigation check, remarkably, you're just able to sort of sort through the gold, and perhaps luckily it was sort of near the top of one of the piles. Um, you get what seems to be a normal gold piece, but rather than being marked with like the town or where it's from or something, instead you flip it over in your palm, and the face of Titania, Queen of the Summer Court, is on it. And on the other side, um, I'm trying to think. Faye is no. What languages do you speak again?
I had it written down right here. Well, I think like Common and Elfish were the only two languages I knew.
Okay, we'll say in Elven on the. I think you also didn't you have like Infernal or Abyssal or something like that, or did we retcon that?
That doesn't sound familiar, but I know I do have like the comprehend languages regardless.
Okay, well, on the other side of the coin in Elven, on the flip side of where you saw the face of Queen Titania, it says "Lucky Fool." And now you can add to your inventory. You now have the Fool's Gold coin, or we'll call it the Lucky Fool's Gold coin. Um, whenever you use your Eldritch Blast feature, once per day, if you roll a 1 or a 2, you can choose to re-roll that attack roll. With that, the red-headed fairy, or pixie, sort of floats back down and says, "Never said she never did nothing for you. Now, like I said, she wishes you good luck. Try to keep the chaos out of the Fae, huh? Chaotic enough without it."
Ray rises up from her kneeling and kind of snorts as she slips the coin in her pocket. Is there any other words she wishes to have with me?
Mm, nope, other than you've been doing a good job. She's proud of you.
From all of
With
that,
that, she snaps her fingers, and you see that door appear, and again, a whirlwind of like magic seems to gather you, and before you realize it, you're thrown back in to the town of Daggerford.
Uh, Interesting. Ray comes back and sees all of her surroundings and kind of scoffs, almost a small smile on her face as she slowly makes her way back to the others. Or wait,
And
so
indeed, in your pockets, you now have that special gold coin, the one you had before. Now, if you pull it out, the one that you picked up earlier now has the face of Queen Titania on one side and the lucky fool on the other.
are they eating like across the street from the caravans now, or were they going
We
back?
can say you meet them back that way as you return to the caravans, because that's going to be your afternoon trip, and they're going to start. Well, Muffin's going to get a chance to do something in the afternoon.
Okay, well, I'll head back.
Since Cassie said Aveline's just going to hang back.
Yeah.
All right. Anything you want to tell them as you rejoin?
I think I just come in and I assume I'm seeing Muffin or Kilkash give Jimna a hard time. I laugh and I ask him like where the hell he went. Confused.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, they managed to bail you out of jail faster this time, huh? Yeah. I'll just start bantering and kind of blend back into the scene.
All right. Kilcash, how do you want to spend your afternoon?
I look panicked at my crew. I'm like, has anybody got TP?
TP.
No.
That fire wine is not sitting well at the moment.
They thought you were talking about teleportation magic. They're like, none of us are that good for that.
I don't know what they would call it back in the day. Just call it TP.
Some leaves, maybe.
Has anybody got some butt wiping
paper.
stuff? I got the squirts.
Somebody just points you to the nearby river.
I'm not gonna wipe this with my hands.
Keep that out of here.
Anyone got some like spare cloth that you don't want?
What are you, some kind of king or something? Have somebody else to wipe your butt? Like,
I just need
go
some
to the
cloth,
river,
damn
man.
it.
Just go in the moat. Right there.
Okay, this does not help. If you do not give me the if no one has a spare piece of cloth, I'm about to shit on the floor here.
There's some lovely looking leaves that probably would feel just fine.
I go full sprint underneath the moat.
Right. Make me a nature check.
Oh fuck.
You literally started this problem.
Fuck. This ain't going
So
well.
Crash comes back to
It's not
saying,
gonna cause a full on rash, but yeah, you're probably gonna be a bit itchy for the rest of the day.
This is your guys' fault.
But you're nice and clean, so upside.
I would not. When we go over the bridge here, cover your mouth. It's gonna be a little stinky.
It's always stinky.
cover my mouth. What the hell?
Cover mouth, nose, the whole face.
Is it gonna be dripping? What?
Okay. I think I might just chill for now. I say to my party here that when it gets to evening time, I got a highly recommendation for a tavern to go eat at to celebrate the night.
Oh, it's on you? That sounds like a good time.
Who says I'm paying for you?
Sounds good.
You kind of just did a little bit, but
I just said I
yeah.
gave a recommendation for a tavern. My ass never said I was paying. But if you guys behave and be nice, I might.
I would think I'd pay for whoever bailed me out of jail, as a decent person, but who knows?
Says the person that split off from me. That was supposed to keep me in check. What if the town's guard found out?
Shut the hell up.
That's what I thought.
She starts to smile.
Jamna just perks up after all this and is like, "Oh, don't forget, we got the drinking competition."
Oh, don't you worry. I haven't forgotten that one bit.
We better leave the wine here, though. It's the only smart decision we could probably make.
Don't tell me what to do. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna sit here and chill.
Is there a way I can roll to, like, get the bottle from Killcash Seeing and hide it?
Sure. Make a sleight of hand check. And Muffin, I think you're passionate enough about that wine that you'll get to challenge that with a perception check.
Oh, I will. Where's my perception?
He Killcash fully catches Ray trying to do like a full-on Scooby-Doo as she's trying to like sneak around the corner. Like, yeah, before she even gets to the fire wine, Killcash spots her.
What the hell do you think you're doing with my wine?
Trying to save your butt from another trip to the slammer.
Who
My
says
bad.
I was taking it to town to drink?
Me.
Don't touch my stuff again.
Or
You don't want to
Gonna-
find out.
you gonna fight me?
Is that a challenge?
No.
That's what I thought.
Go
While
away.
they're busy bickering, can I attempt?
I'll say I saw her avatar
Yeah.
just
Do you want
evaporate.
to do you want to try and like stealth your way back there, or are you just gonna do some like trickery sleight of hand like directly in front of them kind of thing?
um. I'll
Let's say
do.
I have an empty bottle or something if you're able to swap them that I brought back.
I guess.
There is an
I
empty bottle that y'all shared last night.
guess it doesn't really matter. I could try and do a sleight of hand.
Okay, go for it.
You need another perception
Give me advantage since he's occupied. Oh, 20, 21's gonna do it. Yeah, you swap out the spice wine bottle for another one that you just filled with water.
Well, the thought of Killcash still laughing at Ray as the interaction happens, not knowing.
Ray, you wouldn't have seen it either. That's how sneaky she was.
Nobody
I
saw
be-
it except
No,
Jim.
I believe it, but him laughing as it's replaced,
Oh,
definitely.
yeah. Yeah. Nobody recognizes as Aveline gets hold of the second bottle of Dragonfire wine.
Evelyn, who's nowhere to be seen on the map.
I think one of y'all just moved your characters over her.
She did something.
Yep, there she is. All right, anything else y'all want to do just for flavor for the afternoon, or y'all ready to move on?
We can move on if you guys want.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
move on.
All right, we'll move on to the evening then. Reminder, y'all have some time to do something in the morning, but then y'all be heading out. So last 2 chances to do anything. And it sounded like Killcash had a plan for the evening.
Yes.
Well,
Follow
the evening
me.
arrived.
Follow me. We're going to go get some good dinner.
Okie
Alright, where
dokie.
to?
Just follow.
Conga line. As we get close, Ray goes, "Wait, isn't this the place where you got arrested the other night?"
Oh, is this
Yes.
the place?
Jamna's like, "You got arrested?"
Yeah. Guy stared at me
Not-
funny and I was drunk and I knocked him the fuck out.
It's not uncommon with him.
First time I got thrown in jail.
Under her breath, she whispers to Aveline, "Oh, he's going to be much easier to manipulate than I thought."
Did I catch wind of that?
No.
I got here murmuring.
Nope. You've already established rapport with her. You have no idea. You just assume it's girl talk.
What before we get further, what's this blue dragonborn's name? He's gotta have a name.
I don't think you ever asked.
His name is Bluey.
Bluey. Okay. We'll just roll with that.
I was gonna say his name's Baldrin, but
Okay.
go for it, Bluey.
Either one don't matter. I mean,
Bluey's pretty fun.
Oh, you don't know his name, so you're welcome to go in and ask if you'd like.
walk in, I see him like, hey, how's it going? I brought my party with me for some fine dining.
Oh, you don't say. Well, welcome. He points out to in front of you where, just as promised, he's made sort of a big plate of goulash that he's serving from people, full of a bunch of different vegetables, different potatoes, and then the venison meat that he's prepared as well.
I never did ask, what is your name, good sir?
Oh, name's Baldrin. Out there on the poster outside.
Aldrin, nice to meet you.
Baldrin's Barbecue. But I go by Bluey.
Which do you prefer?
Oh, well, you're a repeat customer. Why don't you call me Bluey?
Bluey, nice to meet you. I'm Kilcash. This is Ray, Aveline, and Pipsqueak.
Jamna.
Jamna just rolls her eyes, not taking the bait. She looks up to Baldrin and says, well, I hear you have quite the meal, and I believe you're the purveyor of the dragon spice wine as well, no? To which he looks down and goes, Aye, that I am. Sorry for what it did to your friend last night, but we've got a few more bottles tonight, and then yes, we've got this lovely goulash with venison tonight. To which he starts preparing y'all some plates with each of y'all like that, and then perhaps some drinks.
Sure.
Feel free to go ahead and take a seat, and I'll bring it out unless somebody else would like anything different.
He's easy on the alcohol for Kilcash over here.
He laughed and said, that's probably a good idea.
I gotta save my drinking appetite for later.
Jamna agrees and says, we got a competition coming up. Just water for me, then.
I'll take a water as well.
All right, the rest of y'all have the goulash that he's serving and some water.
Ray scoffs under her breath to kill Cash. Goes, wow, I guess you actually managed to charm him, huh? Surprised about that?
Charm Bluey.
Yeah.
Probably the only kind of people he can charm.
After upsetting him the other night, yeah. I was surprised when he pulled up that there wasn't a wanted poster with your face on the front of this establishment.
Look, I want to have a nice meal tonight. I'm treating you guys. Don't kill the mood.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
so you are paying.
I don't know now that Ray here is being quite rude.
Jamna
Ray,
says, how about this? How about an arm wrestling competition? You and me. I know I'm new to the group, but if I win, then you pay, and you have to take an extra shot in the challenge later. If you win, then I pay, but I don't have to take the extra shot. Like you said, I'm small and everything.
I asked Bluey if we're allowed to arm wrestle.
The arm wrestling? Go for it. As long as you're not throwing any blows.
Breaks the table.
You gonna do it?
It's a deal.
All right. Excuse me. I'm taking GM roll off. She has a +1 to strength. Oof. We'll do a best of 3. All right, you win the first round easily, my friend. Slam her sort of teeny little arm against the ground. Second one, she gets a 14. Oh, God. Well, she says, well, seems I've already lost, but might as well go for the third, huh? Let's see if I can beat you even once. 19.
Damn.
All right. As a sort of matter of pride, she beats you on the last one. Perhaps you tired yourself out too fast. And she slams your massive dragonborn arm compared to her tiny little gnome arm against the table and says, well, even though I lost, it feels good to end on a win. So it'll be my treat, everybody.
How kind.
Feel free to enjoy yourself.
Free food.
Yeah, what were Ray and Aveline's reactions to just the two of them going at it?
I wasn't expecting to get my meal paid, but either way, I'm getting my meal paid.
What's the person's name again, Buzz?
Jamna?
Really?
Jamnet?
Or are you talking about the Dragonborn?
The midget.
Jamna? The
Jamna?
gnome?
I tell her, I look at her too. I was like, since you're a good sport, I'll cover the fire wine for tonight.
Ooh, all right. Sounds like a plan.
Did Killcash bring that bottle?
I think y'all would have left it back at camp, right? Since that's where y'all were going to have the competition.
I went to steal
what
it.
bottle are we
hide it.
talking about? What's this about
He
stealing?
got it. I didn't steal it. I just asked if you brought that one that you were asking, or that I tried to hide.
What bottle was that? Why you trying to hide from me? You pulling a
I
double
was
on me?
I was asking if you brought it. Chill out.
Killcash and y'all agreed to do the competition outside, so you would have left the bottle behind. But I'm sure you would have been the last to leave to make sure that Ray didn't try to hide it again as he left. So you put the bottle like in a safe, secure spot before leaving. You just don't know that it's the wrong bottle.
We'll see about that one.
All right. Y'all enjoy your meal. Is there anything y'all want to talk about or conversations to be had?
Not that I can think of.
So Jamna kind of revealed earlier that she's a bit suspicious of the dragon cult as well. Aveline knows why for sure. I think it was Killcash. Y'all were the ones that had the porridge, right? That she showed the bone to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's gonna provide a little bit of information over to y'all as sort of the rest of the tavern begins to get loud. She'll lean over the table and she'll say, well, seeing as we're all friends here, I don't know if Aveline told y'all, but I'm a bit suspicious of those folks you're traveling with as well. I hear they're part of a cult or something.
Yep. Tiamat call.
I think we ought to keep eyes on them. They seem dangerous. After all, they slid those little bones into our porridge this morning. What do y'all think?
I can
Yeah,
vouch
that
for
was
the beer cart guy. He seems alright.
Yeah. And we'll keep an eye on them.
Okay. Have any of y'all done anything to arouse their suspicion recently? Aside from, I don't know, bringing a golden deer on as a familiar? She elbows Aveline.
No. No.
So none of y'all have drawn their suspicion in particular. Well, that's good then.
No, I have.
Oh, you have?
Well, yeah, the deer.
Oh, well, yes, obviously.
Yeah. They probably assume I have a familiar. Because they did try attacking it one night.
Do they know that it was your familiar? Your
I don't
actual
think they know
familiar?
it's me. But they're probably suspecting it is me.
Well, we'll have to keep an eye out for that then, but for the time, I think we're good. Well, with that, y'all finish your meal. You enjoy a little bit of friendly conversation. Are y'all ready to head back to camp?
I walk up to Bluey and be like, "How much fire wine do you got in stock right now? I don't want to run you short, but I want to take some for the road."
We've only got 2 bottles left at the moment. If you want to leave me with some, I'd be happy to sell you one, but I'd prefer to hold on one in case anybody else asks.
All right, I'll take one. How much is that, good sir?
That's 1 gold piece per.
Since I caused you disturbance, I'll tip you 2 extra gold pieces.
Oh, sir, you're too kind.
Thank you for the wonderful meal. If I run into anybody looking for a good place to dine in, I will highly recommend your place.
Well, I appreciate that, sir, and I hope you're safe on the rest of your journey.
Thank you. And I give him a nice firm handshake.
Y'all have your firm handshake, and he returns to helping his other customers. Y'all are free to return to the wagons. So I'm just going through deleting all of these characters from the one-off. There goes the legendary
Excuse me.
Buck. All right, as y'all return, um, Aveline, on your way back, you swear you hear that sort of sound of leaves on the wind. Say, help, attack.
I'm running back. I look at everyone. It's like, run. To the carriage.
As you return, um, there is this man in elegant red robes, um, with a large face tattoo, sort of just standing in front of um, Arun. And Arun seems to be in great pain. Um, this is Asbara Jos. He doesn't seem to be doing anything to him, though. Like, he's not making any movements towards him or anything. He's just standing nearby.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Is he bleeding? Why does he seem in pain?
You can't understand his language, but he does seem to be, like, thrashing about a bit.
Is there any blood?
No. No blood.
A mental attack. So he's just standing outside the cart there.
Mhm.
Sits in front of.
As he sees y'all approaching, he's like, "Oh, hello there." And as his attention is drawn to y'all, Arun seems to stop thrashing a bit. Um, hello, I don't recognize you all. Are you all with the caravan?
Yes. And who are you?
Ah, I am Isbaro Joss. Pleasure to meet you. I'm traveling with the caravan as well, just heading north to Waterdeep. Just joined the group here in what's this? Shoot. Just joined here in Daggerford for the last leg of the trip. As y'all are walking towards him, that person who's sort of what you think is one of the leader among the cultist caravans, Aveline,
Mm-hmm.
walks around and stands next to him and goes, "Oh, hello, y'all returned from your night on the town. Nothing's trouble, I hope."
No, no trouble. Just coming back from a good meal.
Okay. I see y'all have already met Isbaro or Isbara. He's gonna be traveling with us for the rest of the way to Waterdeep.
Okay. Assuming he's with you then?
Yep. We hired him on as extra security,
Okay. Hmm.
seeing as we lost one of our own. He eyes Jamna and says, "Ah, see y'all had a similar idea then.
Yes.
Not a
You
bad
know,
idea to reinforce your ranks."
yeah, 'cause we lost one of our own and we're almost there, but you never know.
You never know. Indeed. He eyes Jamna suspiciously, turns to you and says, "Well, if nothing's wrong, then I suppose we'll head back to our own group." He sort of grabs Isbara by the arm, and you can't make out what he's saying, but he seems to be lecturing him pretty furiously as they walk away.
Hmm. Wonderful. Well, I'm going to assume that guy in the red robes is a very bad guy.
I like to assume so
Perhaps.
as well.
Who knows?
Are we able to see why our friend is in pain? Is he able to switch it all and talk to us?
Oh, once you'll give him the signal that like nobody can see him, yes, he can return to his elven form and speaks to you all in common and says, "Oh my goodness, that man, he surprised me. He came about and he cast some sort of spell on me. It's as if he was tearing my mind apart."
Hmm. Uh, did it stop as soon as he left, or like when we showed up?
I don't know. It seemed once he was caught, once y'all arrived, his attention was drawn elsewhere. The attack stopped.
Broke his concentration.
Hmm. Could you tell at all what exactly his plan was, or what he was trying to do?
No, I couldn't tell you. He just saw me and started asking questions about where I came from, who I was. But, I was a deer, so I didn't want to respond. Y'all told me to just act like a familiar, so I didn't say anything, and then he started attacking me.
Probably some sort of like mind reading spell is my assumption.
Hmm.
Unless I can make an arcane tech.
You at this point you wouldn't be able to
Yeah, I figured
read
out.
any information.
This is the same
I'll say
people from.
from your general knowledge of magic, you know that like psychic attacks exist um, as different types of spells. So to your point, you're right on when you think it was probably something like that.
Um, this is like someone from that caravan that we were already suspicious of too, right?
Yep.
He signed on with the group you're suspicious of that y'all think are either cultists or at least associated with cultists from the other three wagons.
We need a game plan. We really just. I mean, yes, it's possible if someone would have stayed here, this wouldn't have happened, but I don't know. We also
Oh,
leaving them.
also now that he's back in his human form, yeah, his face is covered in blood.
Oh shit! Just his face?
Yeah, like it was coming out of like his eyes, his nose, his
Oh,
mouth.
why?
Seeing
Is there
it
anything?
being like a brain attack.
Is there anything we can do to help him? I don't know.
think
You'd like to
some
make
of y'all
a-
have some healing spells or some healing potions or something.
I'm out of potions right now.
I wonder why.
Did you use all yours in the one shot?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I
I was
do
trying
have
to kill Sony.
I do have a trait called Healing Hands. As an action, you touch a creature and roll a number of d4s equal to your proficiency bonus. The creature regains a number of hit points total or equal to the total rolled. I don't know if he had actual like health that he lost or anything, but have
Yeah,
that
like he would have taken damage if you want to use a healing spell. You said you have lay on hands?
Healing
Oh,
Hands, and it
healing
was
hands?
a
Yeah, go for it.
trait. You
I
touch a
think that's
creature and
expendable.
roll a number of
Oh
d.
no, it's your I forget that your what's your race called? Um you're like the angelic race.
Um, Azamar.
Yeah, ASMR. That's right. Okay, yeah, go for it. I forget
Well, it's
about
like
that.
a
That's a really
number of
helpful ability.
d4s.
Did you say
Do
equal to your level or your proficiency?
Um, you can touch a creature and roll a number of d4s equal to your proficiency bonus, which
Two
is
right now.
2.
It becomes 3 at 5 or maybe 6.
So I'd roll 2d4.
2d4 of healing. Yep. Just
But
like almost as good as a healing potion. That's pretty good. 6 points. He still looks a bit hurt, but certainly um, better off than he was mere moments ago.
do we want
For
to try to?
context, y'all didn't see this, but I rolled a nat 20
Oh, fuck.
attack roll on him. So, like, he wasn't doing great.
Jeez.
Do we want to try to do something or just stick it out? And leave in the morning.
I look at our little companion friend. I asked him sternly, with a serious look. I was like, "Who's the one that did it to you? Was it the man in the robes?"
As far as I can tell, yes.
Yeah, it was the guy in the red robes.
Aveline, do you think you can use your familiar for some extra watch, maybe?
Yeah, I'll have him out.
Not even extra watch, but following them, because, I mean, we'll be splitting off when we get to Waterford, right?
If we let him go, more shit could happen. So
I feel like some
Either
stuff
way,
happened
things
before.
things seem to be coming to a head with this group.
I'm
They're
surprised
they've
we haven't.
reinforced their ranks. They're awfully suspicious of you at this point. I think we're gonna call it now, unless y'all want to do the drinking competition first and then
I
call it.
I look at what's her name again?
Jamna.
Gemna,
Gemna. I tell her, I was like, with this events, would you like to put the drinking contest on hold for the moment?
mm. She looks sort of with a dour look on her face, and she says, "Aye, that'd probably be a smart idea. Perhaps we'll hold off till we arrive safely in Waterdeep."
Aye, sounds good.
All right. With that, do y'all get ready to sleep? It sounds like y'all are gonna do a watch now.
Yeah, I'll have my owl out.
I'll stay awake through the night just in case.
I'll start my
I think
meditation.
you'll need to do a long rest, Muffin, after your lack of sleep, probably from the night before.
Fine.
For
What?
any of y'all, if y'all haven't done sort of the rest formats where you're doing a watch, most characters need 8 hours for a long rest to like essentially sleep through the night. Some characters have an ability to do a trance where they only need 4 hours. Excuse me. But essentially, if you have like a group of 3, you should be able to do in 12 hours, have everybody get 8 hours and do a 4-hour watch.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I only need 4 hours
You can do a trance or something similar.
of meditating. Yeah.
Okay. So usually what I've seen people do is either the person who can trance will either sleep first or sleep last, and essentially then you can double up on some of your shifts. And
Uh,
actually y'all have Jamna with you now, so you actually have 4 people. So I think you just need to do 3-hour shifts, and then it would take 11 hours.
Yeah, I can do that. Who's taking first watch?
Question is, do y'all trust Jammin to do watch?
I feel slightly iffy, but I'm rolling with it at the moment.
Since you can trance, you can also double up with her on her watch specifically.
Yeah, I probably would say I'd let her, take watch, and then when it's her time, claim that I'm doing all right and probably stay up as well.
Okay. So we'll just, unless y'all have a specific order in mind, we'll just say y'all do that. Y'all do sort of a watch rotation, and we proceed to the next morning. Y'all good with that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. In that case, since y'all do a watch, nobody seems to bother y'all during the night. But Aveline, given your perception, and Ray, the fact that you're up for more of the night, I think both of y'all would recognize that, like, there's some shadows moving, there's some eyes on y'all, but nobody makes any moves.
Oh, lovely.
Like
Yeah.
we actually see eyes.
Yeah, like you
Really?
see, because it's a campfire and people are up and moving around. They've got watches as well, things like that. But like, eyes are lingering on you. Like, people are watching. There's more activity than you would expect. The wolves are circling. But nobody makes their moves, and we'll do one more session, I think, for this chapter. Um, we'll start off in the morning. Y'all have the last chance to do anything in town before the group will make their way off to Waterdeep, where I'm sure everything will be fine and nothing will happen.
Sure.
Of course, of course. And Killcath will be fully recovered. Ray's got her new little lucky fool coin. And Aveline's making her way out with 2 flying snakes. So, productive trip to Daggerford, I'd say.
Yeah, that Kill Cash character development was pretty crazy too. There's a lot of it.
I love to see it. He's growing.
Mm-hmm.
He's a dick with a heart, as he'd say. Muffin, at some point you need to bring Fear the Cage into D&D. Like, after you behead somebody,
Fear the Killcash.
cage. Fear the Cage. All right. Well, does anybody have any questions? I know Sab trying to go a little bit quicker today as well to hopefully let you get some rest before you got to go back to work. And then Cassie, I know you've got a family thing. So, any questions before we wrap?
I want to know about my egg. Sorry.
Did you see
It's
that thing? You?
Oh, you just sent me something.
Because that would be pretty cool.
If
But
can you explain what you mean and just explain it out? Maybe we'll do it.
yeah, I'll message you after.
Okay, sounds good. I like the idea. I just want to know specifically what you mean.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
All good on my side.
All right. In that case, thank you all for playing, and I will catch you all later.